will actually, was the last startup for today. Please, judges, you have only 1 minute to vote, because we'll very soon we'll start close the voting. And that's why make sure that you evaluated each of the startup solutions you've seen today.
Yes, and I would like to remind judges that 1 is the lowest and 5 is the highest, and we are evaluating the investment potential of each startup. You can always come back and change your mark if you change your mind. And thank you, startups. Great job, really interesting pitches. And while judges are voting, and girls are closing the votes and publishing the results, I have one more job I want our judges to do. Can we have a poll published? We're doing those little surveys all over the world, and really interested to know your opinion to the different questions we ask. And this time we have a question: who should be allowed to invest in startups? What do you think? Just pick up the answer or the answers that you personally think relevant, and push submit. And we will talk about it some more during our networking session, which will be a little bit later, after we have a great panel discussion with our special guest that I will tell you about also a little bit later. And right now I'm looking at the time, and the votes should be closed. Maria, do we have the results?
Very soon we're going to.
Okay. Okay, very, very interesting, because the startup who will get the highest scores from our judges will present North America in the World Finals. And last finals, it was really great and made Jordan happy, because America had done it all. And very interesting what this finals will be, because this season we'll have many more startups, because our partners are very active in doing unicorn pitches, and we are going even more local. And we are able to visit almost any place on earth where there are startups. So we have a really great selection, selecting the best innovations. Okay, let's move on, girls.
And we will probably start one of the most, I would say, exciting, and at the same time probably one of the most filled with a bit like, as they say, butterflies in stomach moment, because we're going to find out the top 3 startups, and the winner, as Anna already mentioned, will be participating in our Unicorn Cup finals, which will be taking place on the 13th of May, very soon. So the winner of the spring season will be there. And one of the members of our today's battle will be in this battle, will be participating. But before that, let me congratulate with the 3rd place, Shira Online Services.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Amazing. Thank you.
Today to the 3rd place. 2nd one, today I want to congratulate Paka. Reginald, you're almost the winner. Yeah, you're the winner. You won the 2nd place. And right now, the 1st one, the winner. Let me congratulate Pashsant. Eric.
Maria, I'm sorry. You got it wrong. Look at the screen. Pushsen got the 3rd place, Puka got the 2nd, and the Shira Online Services in the
I'm
first
sorry.
one.
In that case, I'm really sorry, because I got.
Yeah, please look at it. Yeah, they all it's public. It's our event page. Everyone can go there and check it for yourself. So Shira Online Services.
Oh my God.
You did it.
Please, congrats. Actually, you're the winner. In that case, Eric, you got the 3rd place, and Paka, once again, Reginald, you got the 2nd. Once again, congrats, guys.
Oh my God.
You did not expect it.
No, I was. You gave me 3rd, and I'm like, that's great. And I thought the guys from Puck and Push did really well. And I'm like, oh guys, you guys, congrats.
Congratulations.
Oh my God,
Well
thank
well
you.
Deserved.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank
You all the winners. You all made it to the Unicorn Battle, so you're the best ones in North America, and that is really great. So let's move forward. Oh, hold on a second. And this is our special guest. Please meet again, Marisa Alma. She's the managing director of Golden Seeds and LP in Bloomberg Capital. Marisa, thank you for joining us and agreeing to dedicate some time to being our guest speaker. Yes. Marisa, can you unmute yourself?
Nice to be here, and thank
Great
you for the invitation.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yes, you mentioned that we met last time. It was Silicon Valley or San Francisco, but I don't remember. But we really had great time. Oh gosh, yes, it was really great, and I'm really looking forward to repeating this again. And I would like to ask you, you are a really great professional investing in the Golden Seeds for many years. You invest in women founders, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, but most of my money is going in, and it's still male-founded teams because at Bloomberg, I don't think they have any females on any of their teams.
Okay.
Well, that's how it is.
Yeah, but still, Golden Seeds had made so far 84 investments where they led. Wow, what a record! And you invest very often with the angel investors as well. And this is relevant to the poll. I was asking because I know that in August 2020, SEC revised its rules so that people with professional knowledge, experience or certification could also be considered accredited investors. So they eased it a little bit. And last Monday, the SEC loosened even crowdfunding rules and make it so that startups could raise more money through regulation, crowdfunding, and individual investors could invest more. Do you support this, or do you oppose to this? Do you think startups will win, or investors will win from this situation? How would you
okay, well, the way I look at, well, currently I'm investing in cryptocurrency. So I'm moving, I have a lot of startups. I'm moving away from that. But anyway, most of the startups fail. I mean, this is after, years of investing. And so I think, and it's very easy in Silicon Valley to get your first investment because there are a lot of people, who've had exits and have a lot of money. It's later, the problem is later on to get. So I think anybody should have, actually right now, anyone can invest in a startup because they can do it as a friends and family member. So you don't really have to be accredited. So
but if you're a relative of startups, like I have startup founders within my family, it's your curse. You have to invest into them. You cannot see your relative going begging somewhere, right? But it's not the same if you are not related to a person you're investing in, right?
Right. And so I think most people really, on the other end, they really don't know what they're doing. It's like gambling, which, being in crypto, I shouldn't really say that. But anyway, so, a lot of the fundamentals haven't changed. So still the most important component is the team, not the idea, because you can have a bad idea and a great team and be extremely successful. And then one example that I really admired Peter Thiel, and so PayPal, when it started, was voted as one of the worst startups of the year. But they had an amazing team, so they were able to make it successful.
Marisa, may I also ask, because I'm curious myself very, you mentioned about cryptocurrencies. If you may share, which one are you investing in right now?
Bitcoin.
Only?
Yeah, just Bitcoin.
Only the king? What about the others?
No.
Understood. Thank you.
Yeah, because I've read the, the abstract, from Satoshi, and it works because, excuse me, Bitcoin has a limited number, and that's the whole problem with the dollars, is they're unlimited. And with all these stimulus packages, we're going to have incredible, and as long as the printing presses go, we're going to have tons of money, and obviously the value will go down, because I think the inflation right now is not represented by the government figures. I think it's much higher.
Yes, but
Because
let's
everything
go
I'm
to
doing costs 2 or 3 times as much as it did a couple of years ago.
let's go to the startups investing. Still,
Okay.
what did you pick in our poll? What was your answer?
Oh, I picked the winner. So I picked the Sherwin, the online gaming, because that's a gigantic
No.
market.
In our poll. When
Oh,
I
in a
asked.
poll, I picked that anybody should be able to invest.
Okay, without any limits, without
No.
regulations, in any country, in any startup,
Yeah,
like in any amount.
right.
Okay, I support you on this because I also believe that the startups, it's without borders and people are smart enough to make their own decisions. Yes,
Right.
that's what I think. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. That was good. We agree.
Yes, really, I really do, because I think that the startups, it's an opportunity for talented people to show themselves, and they cannot show themselves without the support of all of us.
And now with the internet and, you know, yours is really the only pitch event that I do. I get invited to be on a lot of other ones, because, you know, everyone has equal access now from all over the world, which we didn't have before. And there are a lot of intelligent people with great ideas who just couldn't present their ideas before. And now that's changed. And also the cost of doing a startup has gone down, especially if it's a software. And even with a lot of the biotech, you know, we're at a point where a lot of people have home laboratories, which is something unthinkable. And then with 3D printing, you can make a lot of products. You can make your own prototype. You can do a lot of things that were not possible before.
But it is good that we are able to collect such an experienced expert board. Like, look at you guys. You're all very experienced, having lots and lots of years of investing.
Yeah.
And we rely on your experience. Everybody who is watching us relying on your experience. And startups should be really grateful that they're able to meet you in person and interact with you. But for some people who just met the founders and they don't have anyone to rely on, what advice would you give if somebody just want to invest for the first time into the startup? What should this person, I don't know, approach you and say, Marisa, can you help me out how to find the startups to invest in? What is the best way to invest? Or they just listen to their guts? Or what the first-time investor or angel investor should do in the first place?
A lot of people do approach me for advice. And, you know, there's a lot of, actually right now because of the internet and YouTube and so on, there's a lot of advice available. And then the other thing that's different now in this period of time is the technology is changing really rapidly. So most of the startups take something between 8 and probably 17 years to exit. So that's another factor that people don't understand. They think they're going to build something in their garage, and in a year, Google's going to buy them for $1 billion, and that, you know, that doesn't happen. And then a lot of the startups are staying private longer because I buy shares on secondary market. So before the founders and the investors couldn't get liquidity before an exit. And so again, that's changed. But the main difference is for me, from my personal investing after all these years, is that the technology is changing so fast that you may see something that looks really good, but then, and I have a company like this, it's almost at a unicorn stage, but the technology in their area has changed. So they may just be, you know, wiped out before they can go public. So that's the other difference. So there's a lot of information available.
Okay, thank you,
Marisa.
Marisa, so much. Good luck on all your investments.
Okay, thank
and
you.
Be sure to call us when you have a unicorn. We'll gladly celebrate all together. And
Okay.
all of you guys, please pitch into our discussion. Can I have a poll results published? Let's see what our global wisdom is telling us. Marisa, we are not alone. Anyone without any limits. I love you all. Yes, you are very progressive. And then goes accredited investors that match a specific criteria. And then goes angel investors with previous investment experience. Okay, who would like to start? Nikita, if I may ask you, tell us London point of view. Does experience does it all, or is it the system you're in making the right choice for investing?
Sure. I think, first of all, that's a very good and tricky question to ask, right? I mean, obviously, that would be great if there are no borders and everyone, can do that. That's perfect. And I think we really need to be there one day. But I am not sure that today is the right time for all that capital which is now available on the capital market, right? It's kind of flowing into startup community, and therefore valuations sometimes are just going through the roof. And I'm not sure that this is healthy. And but yeah, I think I would love to say anyone without any limits in the ideal world, but maybe for now, someone who has some previous experience or at least some understanding of the not economics, but kind of business sense. Yeah, I know that that's not the most favorite answer here, but that's my opinion.
You're honest. Thank you for that. And okay, who would like to pitch in?
Yeah, this is Jordan. I guess the other Jordan.
Jordan.
Yeah, here we
Hello,
are.
the other Jordan.
That's
the
right.
good Jordan, not the naughty Jordan. The good Jordan.
Yeah, that's right. The
Very
good one.
Jordan. There's a good Jordan.
Devil
I
and
know.
angel on both shoulders. No, I'll only say that it seems restrictive and it sort of feels uncomfortable for government to be telling you what you can and cannot do with your cash. But the general intent of the accredited investor threshold is really a protective one. It's to protect mom and pop. The idea that someone who might not be that sophisticated with their money could get swept and lose their farm or lose their house or whatever it might be. That's a very real threat. And so I do appreciate the accredited investor threshold because of how it protects the the everyday citizen in our country. And I think it's not a punishing measure, it's a protective one. And so I think it's just important to understand that framework.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would add to that,
David,
the whole underlying, I come at this from the perspective of a recovering lawyer. It's easy to say anybody should be able to invest in everything, and the libertarian in us all says that's fine. The problem is that a lot of people really don't understand or have a basis to understand the risks associated with what they're doing. And, it's fine to have those people limited to things that are in the public market. Now, something that I think is a very positive trend, though, is democratizing investment in private enterprises that would ordinarily be angel-backed or privately backed, by basically bundling those and having products where people can put discrete amounts of capital into a more broad-based group of startups. But the fact of the matter is, we've got, and this isn't just in the US, the securities laws all came about in the US to protect shareholders from unscrupulous promoters of investments. They don't say that you can't sell a bad investment. They don't regulate what you do or don't do in terms of commerce. But investors need to be given the relevant information to make an investment decision based on all the merits, including risk, which I think many people who are not accredited investors don't understand.
Thank you, David, a lot. And Jordan, inner family, inner circle journey? What do you think?
I echo the great Jordan.
The great, the great Jordan. Okay, let it be.
There's Jordan. There's a great Jordan. A great Jordan.
Okay.
It seems restrictive, but these regulations came through experiences. Most regulations evolved through experience. Before the SEC regulations, people were investing. It's to invest and protect the investor, but more likely to protect the investment. In my space, uninformed investors have caused problems, undue problems to companies. That's not always the case, but it does happen. The other component is, to be quite frank, whether it's restrictive or without limits, there's a sense of responsibility by the regulatory environments to say, by partaking in this market or in this activity, you have some guidelines to help you know the bounds so I'll tell you, with the groups we work with and the investors we bring on board, my first ask of them is, pretend you're investing in the first 6 companies you see and participate in all the activities, but do not invest. Because once you hit the 3rd and the 4th with mental fake money, you realize, oh, wow, I am so glad I didn't invest because I didn't consider this and that. So the Jordans, they come together. Restrictive, yes, definitely make it restrictive. Go Jordans, go.
Okay, what does South America think?
Let me say something that investor, I don't think have to be limited, but for sure, the investor needs to know what they are doing. So in some manner, maybe you have to be regulated or at least pass through some kind of understanding, because if not, you can be cheated. You can be jeopardizing your fund or anything. And in that term, so you must know your project, your startup project. You must understand where you are putting your invest. So and you have the choice to do it. You decide how much, and you take the risk. You must be aware of that.
Absolutely, yeah. It's always risk. Even getting married to someone is a risk, and not talking about the investment. Absolutely, yes.
Is there a problem, Anna, over there?
No, yes, no, George. It's no. I have been there twice, and I love the process. I'm like, we'll do.
Congratulations, 2 exits under your belt. Well done.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. Very happy one. And guys, thank you very much. I love you. I love your wisdom, and I am so honored to have you all by my side, because you excite me. You help me go through all this, and we are not tired going over scanning the whole globe, picking the best innovation there are. And that's why I would like to remind you that our next event will be in Asia, April 1st, not April Fool's Day in Asia, thanks to that. And we will welcome all of you in Asia, discovering the best startup there are in the region. So thank you all for joining us today. Thank you, Maria, for this great event. Thank you, my favorite expert board. And see you all at our next events, where we will be picking the best extraordinary startups for our world finals.
Yeah,
see you all online.
Yeah, and I'll just quickly add that please, in our region, join us on the 27th of April, because we're going to also explore startups in Latin America. So definitely an area to watch as well. Thank you so much, everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Take care. Stay safe.